National Lorry Week this week, which obviously is started on the 23rd of October and will end on the 29th of October. If you saw from my previous video that you would know that 99.9% of everything in your household is probably transported by a lorry, whether that's your furniture, your TV, anything is transported via a lorry at some point in its life. Why will a lorry keep the nation going? Well, during COVID, what kept the nation going? What kept stuff in the shops? What kept the food all still on the shelves in the shops? What kept your parcels coming to your house because you didn't want to go out? They were the lorries that were still going on the road. They kept the nation going. It's not a lorry driver just in the industry. There are so many people behind that one lorry that you see on the road. That's a mechanic to keep the lorry going. It's a manager to manage the driver, obviously, your transport manager that manages where that load is going. You've got even the cleaners in the warehouses. You've got the warehouse staff that sort out the parcels or the furniture or whatever is going on that lorry, on the lorry, and sort it all out. You have secretaries in the line of business as well. You even have sellers of said lorries. You name it, probably everything is in the industry of being in the HGV world. You can even get apprenticeships in mechanics, which you could go down to a local dealer, say if it was DAF, Volvo, Merck, Scania, anything, and just go and ask them about their mechanic side and everything. They'll give you as much information as possible. If you want to become a HGV driver, it is actually really simple. Head over to the Gov website and type in how to apply for my driving licence. There it will come up with your medical form and the form you fill in for your provisional licence. Now you need to do a medical before you send off for your provisional, because that obviously has to be sent off with it. You just head down to your local GP and they will do the medical form and fill it out for you. When that is done and you receive your provisional licence, you can then go and do your theory. You have 3 theory tests. You have a multiple choice, your hazard perception and your CPC. Now, I would recommend not doing all of them at once because it is quite a lot. I would go for one on one day, then another on another day, and then another on another day. Just spread it out and don't put as much stress on yourself because the 100 questions in your multiple choice is quite long. But then once you've passed all those 3 exams, you can then go and do your practical and go and learn in a lorry. Now normally you'd have a week bulk of lessons, which 99% of the time you do have with someone else, so it splits the driving time because it is an all-day thing. Well, when I did it, it was an all-day thing. And there you would learn how to reverse and hitch up, and you also do your practical side of your CPC test. Obviously you've done your theory and you have to do a practical side as well, and at the end of the week you will then do your practical driving test, which I think all includes, now when I did it, it included reversing, coupling up and uncoupling and driving round. I think now it's just driving round. Don't quote me on it, I did it 6-7 years ago now. The industry is so overlooked by the general public. They always say, oh, lorry drivers get in the way, lorry drivers this, lorry drivers that. But what they don't understand is how much we bring to the economy, how many jobs we bring to the economy, and how we actually serve the nation, like with the food, for instance. If lorry drivers just quit and you wouldn't have any lorry drivers, you wouldn't actually have any food to eat, because what transports the food to shops and stuff? Oh, it's the supermarket lorries. Now, how did I get into the industry? Now, I've grown up with it my whole life. It's a family-run business, and when I was an ickle person, I used to go out with Dad all the time. Maybe not helping him load up, but I'd help wash out because that's just how I got brought up. And then as time came on, I finished college. While I was going through school, I wanted to actually sell lorries. And then I got to the end of college. I had a week work experience at Ford and Slater at Leicester in the selling of lorries side. And for me, I just couldn't sit in an office all day. So I finished college. I then applied for my license and then I passed. I think in them times, not that it's a long time ago, but you had to do your class 2, then your class 1. Now you can just go straight for your class 1, which obviously is a lot easier and less expensive. But yeah, I passed my class 2 with 3 minors and my class 1 with 6 minors, I think. That was not looking in my mirrors as much as you need to, because when you learn to look in your mirrors every 5 seconds. So it feels like you're constantly looking behind you instead of front of you, but that's how you learn. But being a driver takes you to so many different places that you wouldn't even think you would go just in a car for a holiday or something. I personally have been to so many different places where I'd look on a map and be like, nah, that's boring. But actually, there's so many sights to see. And to be honest, like, you're being paid to go and see these sites and travel the country, or even if you're doing European, go and travel Europe. It's an amazing experience and I would never change my job at all. Now, it is National Lorry Week this week, and I want you to write down in the comments about how you feel about lorries. What do they do for you? Whether that's bringing food, bringing anything around you, parcels. What do you think would happen if lorry drivers just went on strike and we were like, no, we're not driving for this week? What do you think will happen? Now, if you want any more information, head over to the National Lorry website. I'll link it down, and RHA, as I have just teamed up with RHA to bring awareness for National Lorry Week. I will again write all the description down in the description, put both the websites down, and link in the RHA, which stands for Road Haulage Association. I hope you support National Lorry Week with me by typing down below what you think lorries do for the industry. Get typing, get liking and subscribing to me, and don't forget to go and head over to the RHA website and they will give you as much information about National Lorry Week as they possibly can. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and I will see you next time.